Now, from News Channel 8, this is Good Morning Washington.
All right, well, speaking of Veronica Johnson, who are you sitting down with?
Oh, I'm sitting down with the king, the queen, a couple of pawns here. You'll see in just a moment. Hey, like a lot of at-risk kids, Orrin Checkmate Hudson was on a path of destruction, caught up in crime, drugs, gangs, but it all turned around when a mentor taught him the game of, right here, chess, thinking ahead about the consequences of every action that you take. Hudson has taken those lessons to inspire thousands with his Be Someone Foundation, and he joins us today with his message of brains before bullets. Wow, that is a big chessboard, and it's right here. You've brought it today. I love it. Hey, thanks so much for being on Good Morning Washington. I like the concept, brains before bullets. You know very well about this because of where you came from.
Yeah, I grew up, I was a gang member in my teens, went from a gang member to an Air Force veteran and a former state trooper, and I've been on all sides of the ledger, and I'm here to teach young people, if your story gets on TV, make sure it's an example, not a warning. I'm teaching children how to be famous for personal reasons, not infamous, but famous for something positive. Be a force for good.
Right. There was one person, we were talking during the break, you said there was one person that helped to turn things around for you. Had it not been for that one person in school, you too would have maybe taken a different path in life.
I'm supposed to be dead or in prison right now, but a white teacher in an all-black high school pulled me to the side and said, listen, we ain't doing that no more. He said, you got to create a stop doing list. I said, what do you mean? He said, come back after school and I'm going to show you. And he pulled out a chessboard. He said, I'm going to teach you. He said, checkers, you're using half of the board. He said, chess, you use it. I'm going to teach you how to use every single square on this board.
Because it's all about thinking.
And you got to use, you're using the whole board. Checkers, you're just using some of the board, but chess, you use every single square.
So you're here in D.C. to do your workshop.
I'm doing a workshop. I'm at the PowerNetworking Conference. Dr. George C. Frazier is bringing me in to help children. He's been sponsoring my program for 15 years. But I took this program on the road. I've helped over 61,000 kids. My goal is 1 million. And we love for people to join our efforts.
Okay, well, come around to this side over here, or maybe it's better on that side. I don't know.
Okay, the queen.
So I'm someone who comes into your workshop today. Tell me how this game of chess is going to help me on the street if I'm someone who maybe isn't, you know, going the straight and narrow.
You have everything you need to win the game. Don't play the blame game, play to win. Black and white is the same, okay? You have everything you need. So it's not where you line up, it's where you wind up. Make every move your best move. And sometimes you got to think things through. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head.
Right, because the first thing for some kids is I'm just going to move this piece right here. I'm going to take a simple little step, right?
Right, and I don't recommend this move. I recommend this move. This is the best move here, the pawn in front of the king. Why is that important? Because now I can activate my bishop, and I can activate my queen, and a lot of times when you activate your queen, your opponent's going to bring his knight out, threatening to do a one.
So you want to make them weaker to be able to take advantage of getting, again, ultimately to the back.
Exactly. Now, in this move here, Black thinks he has a good move because he's threatening the queen. And it is somewhat, but not so fast. The game is over here. This is checkmate. This is a battery. The queen is kissing the king. If the queen kissed the king, it's a good thing.
Game of Thinkers, as I mentioned, it teaches logic, it teaches detail, it teaches discipline. You started playing this game, you said, when you were very young, right around the time when you were maybe not going the straight and narrow, but again, with help from one of your teachers, you were able to change things and make your life for the better. How long have you been with this program?
I've been doing this program 20 years, and my dream is to take this program nationwide and create Strategies Academy throughout the country, where we're teaching children that you can do anything you put your mind to. Your mind is a pearl. You can change the world.
What are some of the worst things that you've seen? You've been all across the country doing this. What are some of the worst things that you have seen in neighborhoods with kids, and why do you think they need this so much? Well,
when I saw the kid on TV throwing rocks at the police and walking around with his pants sagging, I said, that child needs to be in my program. I'm going to teach him how to get his head in the game. I'm going to teach children how to cash in, get knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits.
I love the T-shirt here that I guess...
Brains before bullets.
Brains before bullets.
Is there a phone booth around here? Because I can always, there's never a phone booth when you need one.
No, there is not. But this program, you've developed it, is for kids what age?
4 to 104. I'll take any child from 4 to 104 and take about 30 years off his learning curve. Get around me because nature is neutral. Do what I do. Look, listen, and learn, and I'll teach you and take 30 years off of your learning curve.
In terms of moves, you taught us a few. Kids come into the program, you teach them some of the basic ones. By the time they leave your class, what do they know to do?
I'm teaching them how to be independent thinkers and how to solve problems. You get paid based on your ability to solve problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more you get paid. I'm living my dream because I'm teaching children to be givers. The jails are saturated with people who are trying to take. I'm just changing the game and teaching to be a giver.
I love it. I love it. Again, think before you move. That's a hard concept sometimes. Of course, it comes with, as a parent, you know, talking over and over and over, right, Orrin?
Yes, ma'am.
Orrin Checkmate Hudson.
Veronica, you're awesome.
Also with a book out, One Move at a Time. Be sure to check it out. And, of course, we'll have a lot more posted on WJLA. We've got a lot more Good Morning Washington. Orrin, right after the break. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna go into this side.
I'll show you the foods mate. When we, in 2 moves, how you make somebody in 2 moves.
Excellent.
It's called foods mate.